gentlemen, this is Eric Warren. Welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. Today I'm here with the squinting Mike Dillard of Attraction Marketing fame. And we're here in Dallas, Texas. We're actually up by the swimming pool. You might hear some people swimming in the background, but just finished a conference, and Mike and I have been talking shop a little bit for the last, I don't know, hour and a half, talking about different things. And I wanted Mike to share with you some of the concepts, maybe some of the psychology of what you can do to make yourself more attractive in the network marketing profession, what you can do to be a network marketing professional and actually have people interested in you.
Sure.
So first of all, you wrote a book on attraction marketing.
Right.
And how long ago did you write that book?
Magnetic Sponsoring back in 2005, the first edition.
First edition, and how many copies of that book have you sold since then?
I honestly have never counted.
Approximately, guessing.
Between 50 and 100,000.
50 and 100,000.
Yeah.
So a successful book.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have gotten benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you've generated lots of different derivative products around that. But talk to everybody, what is the concept around attraction marketing? What does that mean?
Sure. If y'all don't mind, I am
go
going to
ahead.
be the cool guy and put the shades on. Much better. Okay.
All right.
Well, it really started, Eric, back when you were involved in TPN. It was really the first company that I ever became involved
back in the
network
day.
Marketing. So yeah, I mean, I remember you from back in the day when I was getting started, and
you had to have been, what, 20 years old? 18, 19?
how many years ago was that? 10, 12
We
years ago?
started TPN in 1994 and ended up selling it in late 1998.
Yeah, I was probably around there, 18 years old, 20 years
18
old.
years old, 20
Yeah.
years old. Okay, young guy.
And I was always enamored, and I spent the next 5-6 years in this industry really trying to figure it out and achieve some success, and I really wasn't having any through those years. But I was always a very big student of what was going on around me and great at observing other people. And I always ask myself, what is it that makes those people different, allows those people to go up on stage and get the results that they're getting and build organizations very quickly and really have so much success with sponsoring new distributors that I wasn't able to have at the time. And I finally realized that it really just came down to human psychology and that this is a game of follow the leader, really. And that people who are leaders do very specific things that other people do not, and how they present themselves, how they talk to other people, their interactions, and that really is something that we are genetically programmed to respond to, and we are, again, genetically programmed to respond to people that we look up to and that we see as leaders, and it is kind of a pack animal mentality. You have the alpha dog, the wolf pack and things like that. And the rest of the group is programmed to support that person and to follow them and to, do whatever the group needs to do as a whole and as a team. And that's really what was happening in this industry, is when you see someone on stage and they, they're exhibiting those qualities, you can't help but be attracted to that person. And the reason that we want to do that and that we want to have an association with these people is because we have something to gain through any kind of relationship with them, whether it be being on their team or getting to have dinner with them, just to get knowledge.
Or bragging that you're part of their team, or
right,
having some connection to some information or power or whatever.
We gain power through that association. We gain their knowledge, their expertise, get to learn more about success from them, kind of like free training. And in the end, they get power as well through that association by, again, having a group of supporters and followers around them. And so it was really that, coming to that understanding. It's like, hey, I can now start talking to my prospects and my interactions and be a leader and make sure that comes across in my communication and how I stand, how I dress.
So you were like changing your image. You were changing your, reinventing yourself.
Absolutely.
You're saying a certain result, you were going out there and maybe you didn't have as much personal power as you wanted, so you started to create your own brand inside of the networking profession. You started to create a better image that would get better results with prospects and with your team.
Right, and I realized it wasn't about the company. When you're first in this industry, you think it's the company's going to be responsible for my success. Well, after you try 10 different companies and you're still not successful, you start to realize that that's not really the case. And that if you want a certain kind of results, you have to become a person that's capable of getting those results. And so it was that realization that if I want to build a following, I have to be the leader, and I have to act like a leader and do things that leaders do. And that was kind of a pivotal change in me internally, because I'd never really given myself permission to have those qualities, and I was always kind of timid and shy when it came to standing up and saying, okay, well guys, I'm going to lead us, let's go.
Yeah.
And so that was a pivotal change.
It's interesting. I had the same kind of thought process, but I will tell you, I didn't, write a book about it. I didn't document the stuff, but I went from, I had 18 jobs before I started in the profession when I was 22.
Right.
And I said, this is an opportunity for me to reinvent myself with my organization, with other people, and create a brand. So I really worked on it. I mean,
Right.
I was a real student of personal development. I was I watched what other leaders did, really. Because there's a difference sometimes of what top leaders do and what they say they do. And I'm not saying that they're misleading you. It's just sometimes they don't train what they do
Right.
as good as they actually kind of instinctively do some of those things. Does that make sense?
Well, that or I think some of them are afraid that if they really told you what they did.
I don't think. No, do you think so? I don't think the leaders are afraid to tell you what they really do at all. I think some of them just have a hard time articulating.
I agree with that. I
What
have
it
a
is
hard
that
time
they do,
articulating how to write sales copy.
Some people just are gifted in certain ways, or their series of life circumstances have led them to have some characteristics that become attractive to other people.
Right.
So I don't think anybody's like trying to hide any secrets.
No,
really,
but-
truly.
no.
I just don't think some of them. I watched. I mean, there's some leaders that I followed, and they would do their standard training up on the stage, and then I would watch what they really did.
Right.
And there was a disconnect there with some of the things that they really did and how they built influence with their organizations and those types of things. And then when I would talk to them about that, they say, yeah, that's a good point. I got to change my training. And some of them would change their training
Yeah.
to show what they actually did.